I think I'm here, guys. How's it going? Sorry about being late. You can blame good old flamenco. It's all his fault. In fact, I'm going to put it on Twitter. By the way, it's all flamenco's fault. I'm late to stream today. I was afraid I'd lost you. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. There's a fellow of mine who he doesn't watch me so much anymore, but he kind of watches me. He used to watch me a lot. Now he's like a big flamenco fan. He's kind of moved on from me, but he still watches me sometimes, and we still talk. Um, and he really wants me to talk to flamenco. And with the current Ralph Jim trash fire, I think I want to talk to flamenco about this shit. I have a little bit of old deep lore. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to DM him right now. I want to talk about the current trash fire. I have some old deep lore. And I don't know enough about it, so you can fill me in. Yeah, Dr. Diddler, thanks for blaming me, pal. It rubs the freedom on its skin or else it gets the honk again. That video is coming, Green Frog. Thank you. Give me a second. No, listen. Okay, there's a current. Who is flamenco? He's a streamer. Okay, you know who flamenco reminds me of? Flamenco reminds me of like a young Medicare. He has like the same swagger, and he uses a very similar vocabulary, and he kind of speaks the same way. He's nicer than Medicare is. Like he's a more friendly person than Medicare is, but they have a lot of similarities. And I think that's why flamenco is probably going to be like the next Jim. Everyone says that they're the ones who are going to kill Jim. I mean, cancer might kill Jim. Everyone says but to be honest, I hope Jim doesn't actually die. Despite the arguments Jim and I have had over the years, I don't actually wish anything bad on him. It's just a funny joke. But there are so many people that Jim has like sided with and then feuded with. There's been Worski, there's been Tonkasaw, now there's Ralph. It's happened to everyone Jim's ever like palled around with. King of Pole. So I wonder if it will happen. I wonder if it will happen to flamenco. I hope not, because flamenco is probably, of all those guys, flamenco seems to be the most reasonable, the most grounded, the most talented, and certainly the kindest, personally. And also the most charismatic. Like, I do think flamenco is like the next Jim. I unironically believe that. But anyway, I've been Wings and Kraut. Yeah, Wings, yes. Kraut has largely recovered at this point. If I got mentioned on the Flashcast stream, link me that so I can see it. I kind of want to see. No, I'm not blaming Jim. No. What I'm saying is there's Jim's not friends with anybody, right? He will be friendly with you for a while, but he's not friends with anybody. So I do hope that flamenco doesn't get mind fucked by Jim the way that Jim's mind fucked everybody else. But I don't think so. Oh God, Doreen Ford in the chat. I hate work. Oh fuck. Jim, they attacked my family even though I attacked Sargon's wife and dead child. Yeah, that's Ralph is such a shit. Holy fuck. literally shitting on Sargon for having a dead child. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Ralph? Jesus. You're just jealous that Jim isn't friends with you? No. What? Hold on. Dude, I have more than enough friends. And, like, guys, I don't know where the fuck that came from. Tibra, you're just jealous that Jim isn't friends with you. What? What? No, it's like I can like Jim and I do have like we had a beef like 3 or 4 years ago. But that was 3 or 4 years ago. Like I don't hold grudges like that, you know? I do hope he somehow gets better. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but I do hope that he somehow gets better, you know? You should stop being so mean to Doomer. He has enough issues going. What do you mean? I just DM'd him yesterday. Doomer's a good guy. Anyway, you know what? I feel like I'm starting the story like in the middle of the story, so maybe I should just stop and go back. I'll just rewind. I'll just rewind to the start of the story, okay? So, the TLDR is, and I may or may not do a video. This is the kind of thing that I would cover with Scrump as like a dumping with Scrump. I usually wouldn't do this as a main video, but since, Scrump's not around, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it with Flamenco. Who the fuck knows? I've invited him to do something at some point with me. I know some people want us to get together, so maybe we'll figure it out. Okay, so 3 or 4 years ago, at one point, the JF Garapi stuff was going down. Okay, and I said offhandedly on a dumping with Scrump. I said offhandedly, this is the kind of thing that Jim probably would cover if it were somebody else, because it's fucking hilarious. These court documents, like, holy shit, Garapi, what the fuck are you doing? You're like seducing literal retards to like make the master race of babies or some shit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Garapi? And I just said offhandedly on a stream, or on a dumping with Scrump, I said, this is the kind of thing that Jim would joke about, but Jim's not going to touch it because he knows that his audience overlaps a lot with Garapi, and he doesn't want to like shake the boat. He's making a lot of money. He doesn't want to, that was the offhanded comment that I made. Now Jim took that as like, and Jim was kind of paranoid. I don't know if he still is, but he was definitely paranoid back at this moment. It was like 2018 or something. He took this as like an attack from Sargon. Like, Sargon's capos, they're coming to strike. They're trying to ruin me. And like he thought like V was like talking to him and stuff and trying to get. He thought all of this was coming from Sargon. He thought that like that me and Scrump, that V, that anybody else who was talking about it from this sphere, it was all Don Sargone, which was, by the way, not true. It was never true. It was no. That was never the case. I made a few offhanded comments about it. Okay? That's what happened. But Jim took it a certain way, and then he spun it. Sargon has a Jim file on his desktop. Yeah, see, that's what it was. And eventually what ended up happening was there was a fellow who used to know Jim in the old days, who I'm friends with, named Latman. And Latman showed up and he was like, "Hey, do you want to talk about Jim in the old days and some of the ridiculous stuff that he went up to?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds interesting." Because at this point, Jim had been going off paranoidly. This is a part where Jim was very wrong, going off paranoidly about Sargon and how he was coming to ruin him. And so he did the stream, and that really pissed Jim off doing that stream. At some point he did like a counter stream about Sargon and like all of Sargon's friends. I was included in there, And Jim didn't have anything on me in that stream. He said like, "Oh, there's this account of a girl that used to work on my channel with me and who appeared in videos. So like, obvious this person exists, but this person might be dev, but I have no proof of it. And here's them doing some weird stuff, and it's like, okay, but it's not me. Hold on, I dropped a thing. God damn it, where is it? There it is. Okay, so he was basically saying like, okay, Nicole. Okay, he didn't know the name. The name of the account was Camera Lady. The actual woman's name is Nicole. Camera Lady was doing all this weird stuff and like talking to girls strangely, and because she was into that sort of thing. And honestly, from what I know of her, I'm not necessarily surprised that she would be like trying to slip into people's DMs. From what I remember, she moved away in 2016. She had left the channel, but the point being, Jim's section in Sargon stream on me was a bunch of stuff that I didn't even do. And I was like, okay, Jim, okay, all right, sure. But that's all in the past. That was like 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. Since then, Jim's gone through some pretty rough bouts of cancer. I'm not holding a grudge. I do hope Jim gets better. I know he's been... Dev is rewriting history. What the fuck? I'm describing history, dude. Listen, all this stuff is still online. My video about Garapi, my stream about Jim's stream about Sargon, it's all online. Go back and watch it yourself, okay? Right, sorry, Mike. I'll get through it. I'll get through it really quick, okay? So the point is, what ends up happening is, Jim, like, I don't hold any grudges. He probably doesn't even think about me, but I don't hold any grudges towards him. It doesn't really matter. Like, I do hope Jim gets well. And since then, Jim's gone through several bouts of some pretty rough chemo, as far as I understand. He's been having some problems. And now, more recently, Ralph from the Ralph Retort has been fucking destroying himself. Ralph is probably the one who doxed Arch? Yes, probably. Ralph is absolutely 100% the one who got Sargon's Patreon taken down. He absolutely did that. And I know this for a fact. I can't prove it anymore because the logs are gone. But I recall him telling me that in DMs. Silver, thanks for the $5. You better buy Naomi a nice Valentine's gift because without her, you'd be a total loser. Hope Naomi gets better. Game Boomers is better with her bullying. Thanks, pal. Yeah, he's dying, it sounds like. But anyway, Ralph is now self-destructing spectacularly, and Jim has returned from the grave to basically watch and participate, as he was on stream last night. And so, like, I spent a shit ton of time watching the stream. Like I know Flamenco was doing something. I know the Medicare Fembot, like that girl, she was doing stuff. I know that good old the Boulder King himself, the Boulder Baron, Matt Jarbo, showed up, and he did a stream where he mediated between Medicare and Ralph. So I've been watching all this stuff, trying to get caught up. And like, yeah, apparently Ralph went off to Portugal, got the shit kicked out of him, trying to chase down Worski. Holy fuck! Like this is like there's multiple layers of trash fire happening right now. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. Sorry, I'm late. I got caught up in it. Anyway, I do hope Jim gets well. Someone can clip that and send it to him. Get well, Jim. No hard feelings from me, buddy. It was all internet shit years ago, man. Don't worry about it. Maybe I'll do my own video on it. Jim absolutely made fun of JF. You just missed it, Dev. That's the thing, though, T-Bra. Maybe he did it later. I know for a fact he did not do it when I made those comments, because Jim later DM'd V and said, yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff in there. I just don't want to do it. And I saw those DMs. Did you ever get your silver YouTube button for hitting 100K subs? Nope. I'm sure I will though. The thing is, I can only apply for it once every 3 months, and my channel's got to be like squeaky clean when I do apply for it. So I'm gonna have to like axe every single. For example, the gatekeeping video will have to move to demonetized before I apply again, because that video actually has a plus 18 label on it. So I'm gonna purge the channel of all videos that have the plus 18 marker, and then I'll move them off to demonetized, so you can still watch them over there. As always, go sub to demonetized, guys. That's where the videos that get taken down go. Except for that sticky dog pill video. That one, YouTube's guardian against that one. I think they. So I have that over on BitChute. What I'll do is I will move everything over. I will move everything over to demonetized so that the channel's squeaky clean, and then I will apply for the sub button. I also I watched the Destiny versus Gavin McInnes debate. Holy fuck. Gavin McInnes punched his own microphone screaming at Destiny like, how dare you get into threesomes? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Oh yeah, sorry. Demonetized is somebody else's channel that just happens to upload everything there. Don't worry about it. But anyway, I blame Flamenco for me being late today because I was researching all the deep lore, and he has like all the fucking deep lore. So I was digging around his channel, and I was like trying to figure out what's going on. So it's all his fault, guys. Sorry. Yes, that's right. We played Goof Troop on Game Boomers last night. How did you guys? I know some people watched it. Did you guys enjoy Dave freaking the fuck out? I didn't see your euro. Sorry, Gregor. Sorry. How dare you, you mold couch humping gremlin. Hope you and the crew have a great Sunday. Mlem, lem, lem. Thanks, Gregor. I appreciate it, man. You're a good pal. Yeah, man. Destiny does like the swinging thing. He gets into threesomes with his girlfriend. He fucks with other girls. She fucks with other guys. You know, not something that I would probably do, but it's their life. They do whatever they want. And Gavin started screeching at him about how all he contributes to society is playing video games and letting his girlfriend get blacked. His pure Swedish blonde GF get blacked. Then he started punching his microphone. And it's like, what the fuck? The VOD, the Game Boomers VOD will go up on the gaming channel this afternoon. Hey, Aiden, what's up? Honk, honk. Did someone say honk? Honk, honk. Hey, Zach Tech, what's going on, man? When does Dave not freak out at the slightest resistance? Oh, dude, Dave was losing it. He's like, this fucking game, oh my god! It's like, okay, dude. That's why I don't want Gavin anymore. A few political tubers are level-headed as you, Dev. Well, thank you, Jesso. I appreciate it, pal. Here, I'll drop... Before we get started, here's the gaming Twitch channel. And here's the gaming YouTube channel, okay? I'll pin that shit. Make sure you're following it, because we're there most nights. Not tonight, because we don't stream Sunday nights, but we do stream Monday through Saturday. So make sure you're there, okay? Please consider following. I would appreciate it. And actually, you know what I'll do? Since it's time for us to get going. Where is my... Okay. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, guys. And we will begin. Close Discord so I don't fucking just like dox myself stupidly. I don't see why people are getting mad at Hassan for parking his $200,000 Porsche in the handicap spot. I don't understand. The spot was made for him. That's funny, actually. That's funny. Okay, let us move on. Oh, I also want to quickly talk about, yeah, Minecraft server still down. Yes, having problems with the new plugins. Yes, I know that Uzulu's community made a a Minecraft server called shortfireotaku.com because 6 months on, they're still really proud that they trolled me that one time. If and then Uzulu got like all he was all wondering on his stream like, why is it that no one wants to talk to me anymore? How come Sargon won't? And it's like, maybe because you treat everyone like shit. Maybe that's what's going on. Minecraft will return soon. Okay? Minecraft will return soon. My server will return soon. I do sip in between every article. Yes, that's what I do. Mm. Oh, it's good. Listen, get yourself a coffee. Get in here. So yeah, the Minecraft server will return, and I also need to point out one last thing. Yes, there's only been a couple of 2 weeks ago we had like 5 fucking videos come out in the channel. This week it's only been 2. I'm still trying to aim towards it. It's just that, man, it sounds like a pussy thing to say, but it almost feels like writer's block. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scripts on my desktop in various states of readiness to be written, and it's just like I can't I try to write it and it just comes out shit. I think I don't know. Maybe I just maybe taking a couple of days off will help me get back to it. So I'm gonna try to do it. Oh no, I understand, Chantal. You take care of yourself. But anyway, I will try to return with more videos. Okay. I will try to return with more videos. I'm sorry that there was less this week. I still want to get more out. It's just that sometimes there are some days when I sit down to write and I can't write and it's just shit. And then when I try to force it, it comes out garbage. So I think I just needed a break. I had Friday and Saturday where I just kind of relaxed a bit. I did some research, I played some video games, and I think I'm probably good to get writing again today. So I guess it'll be okay, hopefully. Dev can't make videos because he's too busy watching Game Grumps. I posted that on Twitter today. I tried to watch Modern Game Grumps this morning before the show. Holy fuck, is it garbage? I keep going back hoping it'll get better. It never fucking does. There will be, Big Joe. Yes, there will be. $20 from Hagnar. How do you have writer's block with the Great Trucker Uprising? The trucker video. The problem with the trucker video is that it's just it's become huge. I have so much information on it from both sides. I have evidence that some of the truckers are violent. Some of the truckers actually are attacking people. I have evidence of it. So I'm going to do a full video showing both sides. It's not just truckers good and mainstream media bad. It's not just that. There actually is evidence. I want to do a thorough video showing everything. Get a ghostwriter to help you? I hear Jim will be available. Thanks, Diddler. Thanks, man. Okay. Anyway, you and I. Hey, 6T, 76T. You are Appaben's girl, eh? As he says, you ara him every night. I've seen you around a whole bunch. Thanks for watching, man. Chill, Devo. I too have had a mind block due to stress. Well, thanks you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, if all you guys who are hoping for the old Let's Players to come back and they never do, go watch my gaming channel because my gaming channel is fucking incredible. I've had people say that my gaming channel feels like 2012 internet, and it's like, yes, that's the purpose of it. We act like it is still 10 years ago. Not in terms of our ages, we're older obviously, but in terms of the things that we say, the jokes that we make, the feel of the stream. Yeah. We definitely behave back when things were good. Okay. Say honk. Honk. It's time for me to continue on. To do the thing. To do the thing. If you want to get into the $5 club in my Discord, Patreon, Subscribestar, YouTube memberships, twitch.tv/GameBoomer sub button, they will all get you in there. $100 to the PayPal, get you into the $5 club for life. Just make sure to send me the receipt. P.O. Box. Once I get 5 packages in the P.O. Box, I will open them on this stream. Yeah, man. That's how it is. That's how it is. So, I think I have... How many packages do I have? I'm just going to check. 1, 2... Hold on. I know I had more than this. Where are they? 3. Okay. I've got 3 packages. 2 more packages, and I open them on the stream. Thanks for pointing out how stupid the word Latinx is. No problem, man. No problem. The games he plays looks pre-2000. Not all of them. I'll play anything on the channel. I've played new games and old games. We played the Goof Troop Super Nintendo game yesterday, but I've also played like the Skyward Sword HD remake, you know? So I do play new stuff. As soon as A Plague Tale Requiem comes out, we're playing that fucking day one, dude. I love that. First game was pretty good. We're playing that shit. Okay. And actually, speaking of the gaming channel, let's begin. We're going to start with this week's Game Boomer stream schedule. As always, it's pinned in the description. Mass Effect Monday, the finale of Skyward Sword HD on Tuesday. Naomi and I return to Kena Bridge of Spirits on Wednesday. Shadow the Hedgehog on GameCube on Thursday. On Friday, we're doing a big Borderlands 2 crossover with a bunch of other channels. And then Saturday, we don't know yet. Saturday's the mystery game. Saturday is the mystery game. But that is the schedule this week. Make sure that you are there. Make sure that you're watching. Or else. What's next? Oh, yes. A student who listed his black classmate on Craigslist as a slave for sale, Jesus, has been given a probationary... What the fuck? A student in Illinois has been given a probationary sentence for posting an ad on Craigslist offering one of his black classmates as a slave for sale. The unnamed male student at Naperville Central High School in Western Chicago was given a 2-year probationary sentence and was ordered to serve 100 hours of community service, per a statement released by the DuPage County State Attorney's Office. The student pleaded guilty to 2 counts of felony hate crime and 1 count of disorderly conduct. He will be required to undergo counseling as part of his probation. He took a photograph of a black student at the school. He then uploaded it to Craigslist and captioned it, "Slave for sale in Naperville," along with a racial slur. What was the price? What the fuck? Okay, the dog pill video is on my BitChute channel. It's not on demonetized. So, the Chicago news station WGN-TV interviewed the black student's mother in 2019. She told the news outlet the 2 boys used to be friends until the other student started teasing her son, making fun of his skin color, and saying things like, "Shut up, slave." Hate crimes have no place in a civilized society and will not be tolerated regardless of the accused age. Jesus. That's some edgy shit, dude. Holy fuck. I don't see the difference between this and helping him make a LinkedIn account. Yeah, Jesso. Yeah, dude. Okay, let's continue. Florida man arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend while dressed as a dinosaur. According to the cops, the man, Patrick Galway, did it while wearing an inflatable dinosaur costume. Galway demanded that he and his girlfriend go to a Halloween party, and she told him she didn't want to go. So I guess he beat her while wearing the fucking inflatable dinosaur costume. Holy shit. The girlfriend told Galway that she thought she and Galway should spend the evening with friends and watch movies versus going to a Halloween party. That's when an argument was initiated between the pair, and Galway proceeded to hurl his new cell phone on the couch, breaking parts of it. The girlfriend then walked out of the living room in an attempt to defuse the escalating argument. That's when the dinosaur-clad Galway followed her and attacked her, according to the police report. Galway shoved her to the ground and held her there by her neck. He made punching motions and flailed his arms toward areas of her face while holding her down. Because he couldn't do it because of the costume, I guess. None of the motions made contact with the woman. Yeah, T-Rexes do have tiny arms, eh? The girlfriend said that he demanded that she go withdraw money from her bank account and reimburse him for the broken cell phone. Jesus Christ. Jurassic Park. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? She withdrew $20 from the bank, gave it to him, and then left. The girlfriend proceeded to drive to her friend's house, and they convinced her during her visit to contact the cops. When he was pulled over by the police of St. Lucie County and arrested on Sunday when he returned to his home from the Halloween party, the police noted that the inflatable dinosaur costume was present in the front passenger seat during his arrest. I am wrong. They're coming when they're coming, man. It's just going to take time. But thank you for the two bits. So yeah, Florida man, guys. As a woman was raped, train riders failed to intervene. Raped on a train? The SEPTA train car near Philadelphia had several passengers aboard, but none of them called 911 while the woman was sexually assaulted. Gosh! As a woman was being raped while on a train near Philadelphia on Wednesday night, riders watched, failed to intervene, and did not call 911. A man whom officials identified as Fiston Ngoy, Fiston, Fiston, Ngoy, Ngoy. Fiston Ngoy sat down next to a woman at about 10 p.m. on a train that was traveling westbound on the Market-Frankford line towards 69th Street. 69th Street, of course. Mr. Ngoy attempted to touch a woman a few times. The woman pushed back and tried to stop Mr. Ngoy from touching her. Then, unfortunately, proceeded to rip her clothes off. Jesus! The assault lasted about 8 minutes, and no passengers in the train car intervened. I'm appalled by those who did nothing to help this woman. Anybody that was on the train has to look in the mirror and ask why they didn't intervene or why they didn't do anything. Mr. Ngoy, 35, was charged with rape, sexual assault, and aggravated indecent assault without consent. The authorities said Mr. Ngoy was homeless and was not armed during the attack. He's being held in lieu of $180,000 bail. Okay. Wow. While there were not dozens of people in the car at the time, they could have collectively gotten together and done something. Eventually, a transportation authority employee got on the train, saw what was happening, and called 911. Then a police officer ran onto the train and caught this man in the act and took him into custody. Holy fuck, dude. What is up, my Ngoys? Okay. Fucking wild, dude. What's this? Oh, yeah. Okay. Clear evidence we're in the end times. Look at this dude. This guy is in a fucking wheelchair with no arms. And he's holding up a store with a gun in his feet. Look at this. He's holding the gun with his feet. And this is how he plans to rob the store. Okay. Let's just fucking watch this. He wheels around. He has the gun right there. Look at that. The gun's in it. Wow. This is some Donkey Kong shit. He's on that destigmability grind set. Destigmability. Wow, buddy. What the fuck? Look at this dude. Like, no fear. I'll shoot you with a gun in my. I'll even reload it with like my fucking foot going in front of it. Yeah, that's some pretty good trigger discipline, guys. He's handy capable. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, what's this? Yeah, the gun. And this person's just like, all right, I guess I'll walk over here. Okay. Jesus. Oh, God damn it. I shouldn't have breathed in while fucking drinking. Oh, fuck. Oh. Need some more coffee. Oh, okay. Jesus. Human trafficking lawsuit against Hindu temple in New Jersey expands to 5 states. Damn, dude. A lawsuit in which workers accused a Hindu organization of human trafficking by luring them from India to build a temple in New Jersey for as little as $1.20 a day has widened to 4 other states. In the initial lawsuit filed in May, workers at a Hindu temple in Robbinsville, New Jersey, claimed leaders of the Hindu organization known as the Bachaswani Ashkar Purushottam, whatever the fuck. Wait. Bachaswani Ashkar Purushottam Swaminarayan Sagatha, otherwise known as BAPS. Is this a fucking joke article? BAPS? Okay. The Hindu organization known as BAPS coerced them into signing employment agreements and forced them to work more than 12 hours per day with few days off under the watch of security guards. They traveled to New Jersey under R1 visas, which are meant for those who minister or work in religious vocations or occupations. The amended lawsuit filed last month added several more workers to the lawsuit. The workers, who the lawsuit says were from marginalized communities in India, claimed that they were exploited at temples in Chino Hills, California, outside Los Angeles, Bartlett, Illinois, outside Chicago, Stafford, Texas, outside Houston, and Lilburn, Georgia, outside Atlanta. Honk, 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 honk. Thanks, Burke Muppet. U.S. government officials have... Isn't BAPS like a Zoomer word for tits? Or like I think it was. I remember that from New Game Grumps at least. U.S. government officials have authorized the use of R1 visas for stone artisans for 20 years, and federal, state, and local government agencies have regularly visited and inspected all of the construction projects on which those artisans volunteered. The workers in other states allege that while they weren't forced to work as many hours as their counterparts in New Jersey, they were paid well below standards set by federal and state minimum wage laws. Damn. Fucking human trafficking. Show me your BAPS. Yeah, all outside big literal cities, yeah. Sir, do not redeem. Why did you redeem? Oh god, I remember hearing that. Wasn't that like they're trying to scam people out of out of gift cards, right? Fuck. Those are some fucking funny. I remember one where like a guy was going back and forth with a scammer from India, and he thought he got like a big church, so he asked him to post like a picture of a fish on his head, and he did. You shit like that. Holy fuck. Fuck, it's always fun to fuck with scammers, dude. There was one where Lord Cat. I remember Lord Cat, like he had like someone was on the line with him, and he was like, you're facing legal action. You must do this, sir." And he's like, "I have my lawyer right here." And then he like calls in like one of his friends in his Skype group. And the lawyer and like the friend who's like a lawyer is like, "Yes, hello." And the guy's like, he just like hangs up and runs away. Fuck. Okay, let's keep going. Pay us a fair share for all the likes we earn, demand influencers. As an influencer myself, I will let you know We get paid a fair share for our likes because they're worth fucking nothing. I do appreciate it when you like, but they're not worth anything financially. Like, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out, ladies. Public support for workers' rights and pay equality may be growing, but at least one group feels left out. Gen Z professionals in the modern and comparatively nebulous field of online content creation and influence. Lindsay Lee Lundgren, a former model, has launched an advocacy site called Fuck You Pay Me, on which influencers review and compare deals with brands, pay scales, and what it's like to work with them. All creative freelancers have the same problem. You feel like you're looking into a black box when taking on a new client or project. There are no rules, no transparency, talking about wage or salary is taboo, and there's an element of fear that if you don't say yes, you could lose an opportunity. That's like literally every job. Oh, fucking hell, dude. Fuck. Removing my like, lol. Thanks. The influence economy has grown from $1.7 billion in 2016 to $13.8 billion this year. Male creators earned an average of $476 for each post, and women $348. But there are growing pains, with overnight stars on Instagram or TikTok wondering why they are paid a fraction of what influence superstars receive, while sites such as Brands Behaving Badly, We Don't Work for Free, and Influencer Pay Gap claim many mid-tier or micro-influencers are being exploited. Holy fuck. Maybe this is why I don't want to transition to Instagram or TikTok, aside from the fact that they're cancerous. I probably, I had to, in order to find those posts on what's her name's Instagram, Patrice Con Colors, for the Black Lives Matter video last week, I had to finally make an SFO Instagram account. I'll probably have to that's the thing. If you're doing YouTube or if you're doing any kind of new media thing, you probably should at least have a tiny presence on other platforms. I don't like the idea of it though. Fuck. I don't want to be a TikToker. God damn it. But yeah. This is all crying that you can't, that your likes aren't worth anything. Guess what? That's how it fucking was back in 2007. That's how it should be. You make ad revenue. That's what you make. You make ad revenue, you make sponsorships. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Fuck you. This is an annoying fucking article. Ontario man tricked into buying truck with odometer rolled back 136,000 kilometers. Oops. An Ontario man who needed a pickup truck to carry his tools for his new construction business was shocked when he found out he had bought one that had a lot more kilometers than he thought. Clearly, the odometer had been rolled back and it needed a lot of work. He saw an ad for a 2010 Ford F-150 selling privately for $8,800, which had mileage listed as 184,000 kilometers. He went to see the truck. He felt it was in good shape for the price, and bought it uncertified. But when he took the truck to his mechanic after some diagnostic tests were done, he was told the truck didn't have 184,000 kilometers. It actually had 320,000 kilometers. Then Estevez, the guy, found out that the seller was not the registered owner of the truck and had used a false name. The truck needed $5,000 worth of repairs. I immediately reached out to the seller and he said, "Too bad, so sad, you bought it as is." Yeah. He called the police. He was told that it's buyer beware, and I should have done my homework. But how do you do your homework on a rolled back odometer? Well, you bought it uncertified. Maybe you should get it certified before you fucking, Christ, dude. Holy shit. Reanimated Jesus for $5. Video idea: the potential future of leftists when they become old, childless, and meaningless relationships. How it might affect society. That's on the back burner, you know. I have an idea for it, but it's gonna wait. But yeah, this guy got fucked. There is technology that if someone wants to be nefarious, they can spin an odometer back. I actually didn't know that. Jesus. Okay. So, what happened to Estevez is unfortunate, and they have agreed to try to find the seller because it's criminal. We have investigators who will support this and go after this guy. Yeah. Okay, well, there we go. When you buy a car from a dealer, you do pay more, but having that peace of mind that if something goes wrong, you can go back and have some kind of recourse. If you're buying it privately, you really don't. Fair enough, you know? Show me the Carfax. School bans Valentine's Day after 4-year-old tells teacher he would plow her into next week. This has to be a joke fucking article. There's no fucking way. We originally set up the Valentine's card exercise as part of the creating rite of syllabus, but we had no idea that some of the children would find sexually suggestive rhymes on the internet. One of the teachers alerted the head when she got a card that said, "Roses are red, your eyebrows are fleek, come to mine after school, we'll plow you into next week." On the plus side, the spelling and handwriting were impeccable. Definitely the work of somebody above and beyond their expected level in the early years. The pupil in question has been suspended while the school establishes exactly what happened, and his father spoke to us anonymously to say that he was disgusted with the school. He said, "I admit that he must have got a hold of his mum's phone and read some of the texts on there. But to be fair, the teacher doesn't exactly discourage this sort of behavior with her immaculate complexion and skirts resting 2 inches below the knee. She always has a queue 50 feet long at parents' evening." What the fuck? Jesus. This is... I don't fucking know, guys. What the... Based toddler Afghan refugee? Yeah, like, this is not exactly, like, high-quality professional flirting, but he's only 4. He is ahead of the curve. All right. Pittsburgh man dies at 76 after a long bout with the Steelers. What? I don't know anything about sports. An obituary for a Pittsburgh area man said that the 76-year-old passed away after a long bout with the Steelers. Wayne Alexa was at his home with his family when the Steelers went into overtime against the 0-8 Detroit Lions, and that was all he could take. What? His favorite team went into overtime and he had a heart attack and died? Hold on, I want to... What is this obituary? Oh, it's gone. Okay. Wow. I guess that's one fucking way to go. Okay. Northern Ontario man renovating business finds decades old bottles of Guinness behind the wall. Oh, dude. Actually, this is in my city, Sudbury. When Wayne Wallace was renovating his new computer business on Main Street in Powhassan. Okay, it's not actually in my city. It's in some other city. Just reporting from Guess Who for $20. Thank you. Speaking from experience, story behind the stream. Please don't purge vids for YouTube plaque. 1000% not worth it. They will be uploaded on a side channel. Don't worry. Nothing's actually lost. We found numerous bottles, and among them were 3 full bottles of Guinness beer. 3 full bottles of Guinness beer in the walls. Holy shit. We don't know the exact age of the bottles yet, but we believe they're from the late 1940s to early 1950s. He also found bottles of rum, bourbon, and Canadian whiskey behind... Oh my god. Some people have inquired about purchasing the empty bottles, but he isn't sure of the value just yet. He's trying to find more information as to who might put them there. We believe the building was built in the 1930s and received information that it used to be a grocery store, a general store, and beside that they once sold ice cream. It later became a flower store and more recently a hair salon. He is paying things forward and putting his own time capsule behind the drywall. Items include 3 bottles of O'Hara Irish Stout, brewed in Carlow, Ireland, and a copy of a local newspaper. My wife actually had the great idea and said, "We've got these full bottles that came out of the wall, why don't we put full bottles back in?" That's pretty wholesome, eh? Yeah. Why not? Florida man takes epic mugshot after driving naked near school with wires attached to his penis. Look at this guy. Holy fuck. One night in Boynton Beach, Florida, the police got a call. A naked man was driving around the neighborhood with wires attached to his penis. Upon arrival, police said that they found Kurt Jenkins, 56 years old, driving slowly with only a pair of red shorts on, stopping at an intersection where children were hopping off of a school bus. Holy fuck. Police arrested Jenkins on Monday and he was charged with lewd and lascivious exhibition, exposure of sexual organs, and resisting a law enforcement officer without violence charges. A Boynton Beach police report shows a witness Monday said that Jenkins drove by him, gesturing for him to look towards the naked man's groin area. The witness said that he saw Jenkins' penis and refused to get inside the vehicle when the 56-year-old asked. And the witness called police. But he had wires around his dick? Why? It's unclear if Jenkins has an attorney or what he was using the wires for. And he did have to spend 3 days hospitalized. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Thanks for speaking with me the other day. Have some shekels. Thank you very much, Highland Juggalo. Appreciate it. No problem. Oh, yeah. This is from the Instagram of the actress who played Faye Valentine in the Netflix Cowboy Bebop adaptation. Everywhere I go, I see the fucking dog pill. I can't escape it anymore. You know what? I never used to see it this often. Back before I made the video, I never used to see it. Now I see it every fucking day. He was only trying to deflect the 5G vaccine race. Thanks, Jasso. Thank you. Check your Discords, lad. I will, Crime Guy. Thanks, man. Fucking hell. So this is what she said. The Netflix Cowboy Bebop Faye Valentine chick. While I have the world's attention, I wanted to take this opportunity to post a picture of my childhood bestie, Jessica, getting pinned by a good old Sammy Davis Jr. This hound would assault all the local children, and it sure was weird, but it was the 90s. We've all been pegged at one point or another. It was a rite of passage. My feed has been very glamorous as of late, and I just wanted to remind you of who I am and where I came from. Okay, go to my BitChute channel, because the video has been taken off of YouTube, and go look up the dog pill video. Fuck, dude. Florida man, known as the Monkey Whisperer, he has been arrested for illegally selling primates. Holy shit. Jimmy Wayne Hammonds, 57, owner of the Monkey Whisperer, illegally sold a Capuchin monkey to a buyer in California, as well as selling endangered cotton-top tamarins to buyers in Wisconsin, Alabama, and South Carolina. In 2017, he transported a $12,650 Capuchin monkey from Florida to California to a person who was not licensed to own one. He then concealed the sale, making it appear that the animal was sold to a person in Nevada. Law enforcement officials seized the animal in 2018. Hammonds is also accused of selling endangered cotton-top tamarins to buyers in Wisconsin, Alabama, and South Carolina from March 2016 to October 2017. Hammonds concealed the sales through false records and later tried to persuade a buyer to lie and tell law enforcement that she bought the cotton-top tamarin from a flea market. He's been charged with she belongs to the dog streets. Thanks, man. This is a very Florida man. This is a very Florida man episode, isn't it? The dog pill video is on BitChute. It's on Rumble. It's on Brighteon. It's on and it's on Odyssey, and it's on it's on all my alt platforms. So yeah, he's been charged with conspiracy, trafficking, and submitting a false record in violation of the Lacey Act, a federal law restricting the illegal sale of wildlife. violations of the Endangered Species Act, and witness tampering. Holy fuck. Florida man, calm the fuck down. I should have done this around Christmas, but I'm going to do it now. The toxic phrase we need to stop saying around the holidays. No, you don't need to earn or burn your food. Here's why this mentality is more dangerous than you realize. You're fat. I'm also fat, but you're fat. You're a fucking fatso. Just 12 hours after the last Halloween trick-or-treater left and my sugared-up kids were tucked into bed, I started my typical Monday morning fitness class, but mid-plank, the instructor's comment caught me off guard and didn't sit well with me for the rest of the day. Let's work off all that Halloween candy. That nonchalant phrase of let's work off blank, while surely intended as a lighthearted joke, is seriously problematic according to the experts. The experts. The idea that you need to out-exercise food or earn any treats isn't just prevalent during Halloween. It's also extremely common to hear during the Christmas season. Here's why this mentality needs to stop. It discredits the most important benefit of exercise. I wasn't at the gym that morning to burn off sugar daddies and dots. I was there to strengthen my postpartum abs, to visit my friends, and to move my body so it felt limber and strong. Calorie-based motivation always backfires. We should never exercise for the sake of burning calories. We should exercise for cardiovascular health, for mental health, and for emotional health. It gives structure to your day. You can create social relationships during classes together. There are so many reasons to exercise. Burning calories shouldn't be one of them. Those are all good reasons to exercise. Yes, true. But so is burning calories. Burning calories is also good. You fucking children. Regular exercise improves your longevity. Yes, it does. Exercise also alleviates symptoms of anxiety and depression, enhances creativity, helps you sleep better. Yes, it does. Meanwhile, looking at exercise as punishment rather than beneficial activity makes you less likely to engage. This is all true. But also, not being a fat fuck helps. Okay? The mental gymnastics of trying to count calories in and out with food and exercise isn't always realistic or helpful. But use a calorie counting app. It's easy. Yeah, you have a burger for dinner, 1 hamburger, put it into the app. Like, you can count this shit pretty easily at this point, you know? Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, guys. It promotes harmful eating mindsets. How do you feel when you're about to dig into a pumpkin pie you only encounter once or twice a year? Hopefully excited and not anything else. This is actually true. If you set yourself up such that you eat pretty good most of the time, and then once in a while you go out with friends or there's a holiday and you break with your diet for one meal and you have just a good time, you shouldn't feel guilty. That's true. This is true. But if you're eating pumpkin fucking pie every goddamn day, yeah, you got to feel guilty for that. At some point, guilt does become part of this. All right? When we moralize food, we trigger all sorts of dangerous thoughts and behavior patterns in people. Okay. Well, does that mean that I should no longer okay, this is such a leftists moralize food all the time when they talk about food waste, when they talk about the affluence of the Western world. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You do this all the time. God damn it. I'm fucking angry at this already. Food doesn't need to be an emotional or moral experience. You are allowed to just have it. This sounds like a liberal appeal to neutrality, which both people on the extreme left and the extreme right do not respect. They all view neutral ground as places for their opponents to colonize and fertilize, while liberals actually believe in the concept of privacy, where you can just have something regardless of political implications of it down the road. This is a video that I've been working on. I've recorded it. I just haven't edited yet. It's a video called, I think it's called The Liberals' Neutrality. It's an examination of what makes liberalism different from every other political philosophy. And it's the existence of the neutral. It's the existence of the neutral. I think that's the important thing that makes liberalism different from everything else. And I'm going to go into details. Once I fucking get off my ass and edit that video, you'll be able to see it. Anyway, listening to your body instead. This is like the dumbest shit. I know what they're going to say here. Let me just see. Both experts believe it's necessary to tune into your body instead of letting outside forces influence how you feel, especially when it comes to the holidays. This process, also known as mindful eating, is where you pay close attention to your food, mentally noticing how it tastes and how enjoyable it feels to eat it. Um, the problem with the whole listen to your body instead is you get a lot of fat people, like mega fats, who are like, I just listen to my body, dude. When I'm hungry, I eat. When I have cravings, I just eat what I want. I'm in tune with my body's needs, and it's like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Merv for $20, thanks, man. Quote of the year: we've all been pegged at one point. Am I being naive about in-group preferences? No. In fact, I actually go into detail about Carl Schmitt's friend-enemy distinction, and I describe why I don't think it's accurate. He has his place, but I don't believe that he's completely correct on the situation. But you'll see that video when it comes out. Man searches through landfill for 8 years for a $350 million lost Bitcoin wallet. While doing some spring cleaning back in 2013, a man threw his old PC hard drive into the trash, which quickly joined the mountain of rubbish at his local landfill site in Newport, Wales, UK. Little did he know at the time, that same hard drive contained a wallet filled with 7,500 Bitcoin, worth a cool 500,000 in the early crypto days. Now, that wallet is worth 357 million. Holy fuck. Once he realized, the man began a desperate search for the hard drive and has been searching ever since. Over the past 8 years, James Howells has been crawling through mounds of rubbish in the hunt for his 350 million needle in a haystack. A haystack the size of a football pitch. I had a word with one of the guys down there. They explained the situation. He actually took me in his truck to where the landfill site is, the current ditch they're working on. It's about the size of a football field, and he said something from 3 or 4 months ago would be about 3 or 4 feet down. I'm at the point where it's either laugh about it or cry about it. Why aren't I out there with a shovel now? I think I'm just resigned to never being able to find it. After that conversation, Howells all but resigned to the fact that his fortune would never be claimed. But soon after, he began to search himself, and he still believes that there is hope that the drive is both reachable and readable in its likely deteriorated state. In a last-ditch effort, he has now recruited residents of his local town to join the hunt, with the promise of millions if the search succeeds. The odds are certainly stacked against him, made worse by the Newport Council's refusal for any volunteers to enter the site. Citing the ecological damage that trawling through buried rubbish would cause, a lack of permit to search the rubbish, and the sheer uncertainty that the hard drive even lays there, the council will not allow anyone to search the garbage. If you can't find the drive, the Bitcoin is lost forever. R.I.P. R.I.P., guys. A dump worker already found it? Man, that sucks. That sucks, guys. That sucks. Eric Clapton successfully sues a 55-year-old German widow for listing a bootleg CD on eBay for $11. What an asshole. The woman, referred to in filings as Gabrielle P., will have to pay court costs for both herself and Clapton, reportedly totaling almost $4,000. A 55-year-old German widow has reportedly been mandated to pay for court costs for both herself and Eric Clapton after the electric guitar player successfully sued her over the sale of a live bootleg CD on eBay. According to the German newspaper Bild, the bootleg Live USA CD was purchased by the defendant's late husband at a department store more than 30 years ago. Gabriel then went on to list the album on eBay for €9.95 in July, after which Clapton, citing the illegal nature of the album, sent the court an affidavit. The Dusseldorf Regional Court ruled in Clapton's favor and yesterday rejected Gabrielle P.'s appeal on the initial ruling, stating the facts that she neither bought the CD herself initially nor knew at the time that she listed it on eBay that it was bootleg. She now faces either a €250,000 fine or a 6-month prison sentence if she continues to try and sell the album. Like, what the fuck? Clearly it's not her fault. Jesus. Like, what a fucking asshole, dude. Okay, fair enough. She shouldn't be selling a bootleg CD. True. Just get her to stop. Holy shit, man. Meximan and Cheese, thanks for the $5. Left us so unwilling to take ownership of anything. They seem to write off personality quirks as part of their sexuality or social construct. Yep. Agreed, dude. Agreed. Man sentenced to 3.5... Is it Florida man? He sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after transferring $23,500 on his ex-girlfriend's phone by pulling up her eyelid. Oh my God. A man in South China was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after transferring some 150,000 yuan from his ex-girlfriend's phone using facial recognition technology by pulling up her eyelids when she was sleeping. He was a compulsive gambler, burdened by debt at the time. He called his now ex-girlfriend in December last year. He told her he wanted to meet to discuss how he could pay back more than 60,000 yuan he borrowed from her while they were together. That afternoon, the man volunteered to take care of her after learning that she was ill, cooking for her and preparing her medicine. What happened next is that she fell asleep after taking the medicine. Then he unlocked her phone with her fingerprint and pulled up her eyelids to transfer money using facial recognition software. Afterwards, she surprisingly saw the money transfer on her phone when she woke up and reported it to the police immediately. Police later discovered how the money had been transferred. He's been sentenced to 3 years and he's been fined 20,000 yuan. Wow, guys. See, this is why I don't trust like the fingerprint shit. I don't trust the facial recognition shit. I don't have any kind of in-home devices like Alexa or Google Home or whatever the fuck. I'm not, call me a Luddite if you want. I will never buy a fucking smart TV. No. None of that shit. No. No. All right. Why wokeism will rule the world. The woke movement could be the next great U.S. cultural export. And it's going to do many other countries some real good. Oh, fucking God, Bloomberg. I am decidedly unwoke. I'm sure you are. As a professor of economics, I strongly favor a market-oriented approach. I have worked hard to defend the positions of non-woke, right-wing, and libertarian colleagues in academia. What's more, I am on record as saying that wokeism is stupid and inflexible, and will state here and now that it's also boring and predictable. And yet, I have a nagging sense that, among its opponents, wokeism is underrated. Its proponents, meanwhile, tend to overrate it. Consider this essay. Hold on. Tyler Cohen, looking up his early history now. Yeah, it's time, isn't it, to look this guy up immediately. Consider this essay my attempt to explain why and how its enemies should learn to live with wokeism. No, fuck you. Wokeism is global. Too many critics of wokeism make the mistake of focusing on purely local status relations. They are, because they're conservatives, and conservatives are generally localists. They're obsessed with the influence of woke forces in their intellectual communities, their universities, their media universe, and so on. I'll do it, but perhaps appropriately. This is exactly the mistake that the woke themselves make. But the woke are engaging in a much larger international arena. One question raised by the woke movement, though hardly ever asked, is whether the U.S. will be able to deploy this new intellectual tool for exporting American cultural influence. Put another way, if there is going to be an international progressive class, why not Americanize it? All right. We've literally got yes, of course. The woke progressive imperialism is good, guys. I mean, fair enough. If it has to be Americanized or Sinicized, I'll take the Americanization. You know? Fair enough. Wokeism is an idea that can be adapted to virtually every country. Identify a major form of oppression in a given region or nation. Argue that people should be more sensitive to it. Add some rhetorical flourishes, purge some wrongdoers and a few innocents, and voila, you've created another woke movement. Evil Boss for $10. Thank you. The author says, "Listen, guys, I'm not racist, but yeah. Me Too and Black Lives Matter are essentially U.S. culture issues, which provide an effective identity for internationals of the progressive class. Almost every other country now has its own version of woke, though it may differ greatly from the American version. The French clearly see wokeism as a carrier of American cultural influence. French politicians, high-profile intellectuals, and journalists are warning that progressive American ideas, specifically on race, gender, and post-colonialism, are undermining French society. France's education minister said that they need to fight against an intellectual matrix from American universities." But even the oh God, do I want to read all this? This is fucking garbage. Like, this is just, I'm not woke, but maybe we should all be woke. Like, what? God damn it. Look how much this is. Oh my God. I have a feeling that this guy is actually like purely woke. You know what? Maybe I'll save this article for like a deeper dive, you know? Because I don't believe this guy when come on. If I were to go to his Twitter account. He seems like a neo-lib. Yeah, a lot of his stuff seems like a neo-lib. They're barely winning, so just compromise with them. Yeah, fuck this guy. He's an idiot. Okay. Woman runs onto Phoenix tarmac to stop the plane she missed. Jesus Christ. She's facing charges after running onto the tarmac at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. According to the police report, the door to the jetway was already secured when Vicky Mayers of St. Louis, Missouri, tried to catch a flight Sunday afternoon. Instead of waiting for the next flight, she ran through the glass doors separating the passenger area and the secure airfield. She was stopped by employees as she ran down a flight of stairs towards the nose of the airplane. She was attempting to have the plane stop so she would not miss her flight. She was charged with first-degree criminal trespassing on a crucial public service facility. Dude, why the fuck do you think this is a good idea? Just running out onto the fucking airstrip. Stop! Wait for me! A drive-by commenter for $10. Thank you. I doubt that professor is seeing wokeism as a means to an end to get Westerners used to the concept of other countries that enforcing their culture overrides freedom as rights and values. Yeah, I know what you mean. Fucking so stupid. All this is so stupid, man. Karen chases plane. The ending to a romantic comedy. I need to save my boyfriend. He's in the other seat. I gotta go. And then the pilot's like, understood, ma'am. Come on aboard. We'll get you there. No time flat. J.K. Rowling tops Person of the Year poll. This is at the end of last year. Tops Person of the Year poll, and it was quickly closed. Oh, fuck. You needn't live on the internet to know that J.K. Rowling hasn't been doing her public image any favors over the last couple of years. The Harry Potter author, once universally loved for gifting bookworms the wonderful wizarding world, has reportedly come under fire for comments accused by many of being deeply transphobic. A hill Rowling seems intent to die on instead of providing an apology for any offense caused and moving along. There are, of course, many who still support the writer, a seemingly large group that's recently been provided what's undoubtedly an accidental outlet from an unlikely source to show that support. The Guardian recently ran an open poll for readers to register for their Person of the Year. And J.K. Rowling came out on top. It's impossible to know if the votes registered for Rowling were done so in jest or out of genuine admiration, but suffice it to say, it swiftly became clear where the results were headed. It's worth pointing out that The Guardian did not provide an explanation as to why the poll was closed. Oh shit! J.K. Rowling's winning! Stop the polls! Stop the poll! Stop the count! Stop the count, guys! Fucking hell. The Dr. Topo for 50. Thank you. Of course, the non-woke writes a wall of text. Of course he does, dude. Fuck. This is the one we've all been waiting for. If you don't know what's going on here, you go back and you watch my video last week on Black Lives Matter. I blew the fucking lid off that thing. All the financials, all the information, I got it all in there. All the money they've laundered. California threatens to hold BLM's leaders personally liable over missing financial records. The California Department of Justice has threatened to hold the leaders of Black Lives Matter personally liable if they fail to fork over information about the charity's $60 million bankroll within the next 60 days. The move came just days after a Washington Examiner investigation found that BLM has no known leader in charge of its millions, since its co-founder resigned in May, and that the Los Angeles address lists on its tax forms is wrong. The organization Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Inc. is delinquent with the Registry of Charitable Trusts for failing to submit required annual reports. BLM is also prohibited from soliciting or distributing charitable funds in California until it submits its 2020 Form 990 and other financial records to the state. The letter added that the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, the legal entity that represents the BLM movement, faces fines for each month or partial month for which the reports are delinquent. Charitable assets cannot be used to pay these avoidable costs. Accordingly, directors, trustees, officers, and return paperers responsible for failure to timely file the above-described reports are personally liable for payment of all penalties, interest, and other costs to restore exempt status. California's warning to BLM comes just weeks after Washington ordered the charity to immediately cease fundraising in the liberal state due to its lack of financial transparency. Despite this order, BLM continues to solicit and receive contributions from Washington residents. Wow. They're fucked. These guys are fucked, dude. Now the rest just goes over what I said in the video, like all the actual details of how much fucking money they've laundered. Dude, these guys are fucked. Maybe that's why Patrice Con Colors has a residence up in Canada. She's gonna flee the country. And finally, the final article of the day. My coffee's done. The final drips are cold. It's time for us to wrap up. Louisiana man who hired babysitters to change his diaper and treat him like a child has been charged with human trafficking. Is anyone surprised? A Louisiana man was charged with human trafficking after police say he allegedly posed as a young man with special needs and then hired babysitters to change his diaper and treat him like a child. Rutledge Diaz IV, 31, of Metairie, was arrested Thursday following an investigation into some text messages he allegedly sent to scam victims. In the message, Diaz indicated he was engaged in alternative therapy and offered to pay his victims to change his diapers. As part of their investigation, detectives learned Diaz attempted to recruit the victim to solicit other babysitters to care for him. Following a warrant, he was located at his home and placed under arrest. He was booked into Jefferson Parish Correctional Center on one charge of human trafficking and attempted human trafficking. Police also charged him on 4 counts of probation violation. Wow. What the fuck, dude? What the shit? Mental illness exists. All right. That is the end of the news articles for today, guys. As always, here's one final look at the Game Boomers schedule for this week. If any of these games interest you, make sure to drop in. All times at 7 p.m. EST, unless stated. The links are pinned in the chat. And I've read all the super chats, so I guess it's just time to go, isn't it? Yeah. If you want to join the $5 Club in my Discord, a $5 monthly recurring tip automated through Patreon, Subscribestar, the YouTube memberships button, or the gaming channel's Twitch sub button. You can also use your Amazon Prime sub if you want to. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free sub. Toss it my way if you don't mind. That'll get you into the $5 Club in my Discord. $100 to PayPal, send me the receipt, get into the $5 Club for life. P.O. Box. Send me packages. I'll open on stream. 3 to 5. Mr. So-and-so, long-time watcher, first-time catching stream. Greetings from Winnipeg. Winterpeg, man, it's Snowba. Thanks for the 100, man. That's amazing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, dude. That's a lot of support. Thank you. No game boomers today, but I am doing the Skaven RP in about 2 hours. So I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. I love you. Oh, and get well soon, Jim.